Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm Verna Bowen, and I'm here today with Sara Škorjanc. Sara, did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
Well, that's a nice little miracle. Um, Everybody, I'm doing interviews lately with other coaches regarding leadership, mostly for my upcoming book, Born to Lead, Scared to Death, Discovering Light Down the Rabbit Hole. And I thought, I lead a group of coaches anyway in my group called Women Coaches Who Lead and Prosper. So what an ideal time to pick certain coaches who love to talk about leadership and interview them. So I'm thrilled to be with you here, Sara, and I would love for you to tell us who you are and what you do, what your business is.
I am a connection relationship coach, and I basically want to help anybody who wants to change and who feels responsible and ready to change their relationship, so that they can be themselves, that they can grow into their best version of themselves, and to also have a deep connection with that other person. But my mission is to help daughters and mothers to make their relationship nourishing, open-minded, and honest, pure, but most of all without any judgment, without any guilt feelings or any shame feelings. But I also do work with horses, and I have all kinds of horse activities. But I do combine coaching with horses, which is like a special thing, not really known. But horses are really good partners. That doesn't have anything to do with riding, but the horses are really sensitive, and they are really good in showing who is a good leader and who not.
Wow. What a great answer. By the way, everybody, Sara is in Slovenia and I am in Canada. So I'm always thrilled to meet somebody from other countries. And it's just a joy to be with you here this morning, Sara. And I know it's what evening where you are?
Yeah, afternoon.
Afternoon. So thank you for that. I love your answer because I think mothers and daughters, oh my gosh, I wonder why there is such disconnect often in that relationship, and it is so key because we learn from our mothers. Our mother sets examples, whether in the little things when she's not even noticing.
Yeah.
So
I think that the most reason here is that we kind of expect our parents to be perfect and to know better, but at the same time, we don't want them to control us. And here's where the misunderstanding comes. And I think a lot of Gurge is based on this misbelief that the parents should know it all, and us forgetting that they are only humans facing their own things, and they are trying their best. And also the mothers, I think, are sometimes too controlling because they love their children so much and just don't see that they need to let go, that they are their own person, and being in that relationship, it's much better than controlling.
wow. Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh, as you were saying that, there were so many different scenarios going through my mind. So many people I know, so many things I've learned from coaching
Send them my
clients. And
way.
what's that?
Send them my way.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Wow. And also the fact that you work with horses. And I really love what you said that horses will show, what did you say, that will show you about leadership? Who's the leader? Or
Who is a good leader? Like horses, they are in a herd, and there is always a leader. That's their nature. And whenever you interact with a horse, the first question with them is, are you a leader or I am a leader? So they first want to see who is who to be able to continue the relationship. And we need to prove that we are worthy and that we are able to lead them. so that they stay safe. And yeah, that's the horses are really this instinct animals, really sensitive and really um they had, like, let's say, a lot of enemies, and they could not be with us today, but because they are so intuitive and so sensitive to everything and choosing also the best leader, they survived over 5,000 years.
That's incredible information. That's something I didn't know about horses, that survival thing. I've heard that horses are sensitive to their surroundings and people, and almost intuitive, would you say?
They that's why with coaching with horses, you actually use them as a mirror, because what's happening inside of you, they will reflect back on you. So they really are, they know if you are afraid, or they know if you are not confident, and they're like, yeah, whatever, you can stay me go there, but I don't trust you because you don't feel confident. So they are really, really interesting animals.
Oh my gosh.
And they can learn you like patience and communication. It's crazy what everything they can teach us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're taking me into their world in a sense. And I just had this thought that if I had horses, you have horses, right?
I don't have my own horses. I
Okay.
have horses from my customers that I work with, and I have, let's say, stables with which I work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking how wonderful, what a wonderful practice it would be to practice presence and mindfulness and calmness and confidence when you present yourself, to a horse, when you walk up to a horse, and suddenly you become mindful that this creature really needs to see the best in you.
Yeah, and that's something that actually kind of almost happens naturally, because horses are really present. And when you are with them, you need to be present because they are big and they can, you need to be aware of where you are, and you need to be completely present. And as soon as you approach, like, horses, their temperature is higher and their heart rate is a little bit lower. That's why they give this calm feeling. If you are not scared to them and you just go and hug them, you will feel calm in seconds. They are kind of miracle.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I'm starting to see why I think horses are so beautiful. I've always seen them as graceful, peaceful, and powerful.
Mhm.
And I've only gone horseback riding maybe 3 times. So, but even then, I noticed the sensitivity. They picked for me because I was a new rider. They picked the quietest horse, but
Mhm.
I could almost sense just from riding, like how to just what the horse was feeling and how to not not spook them or not be too aggressive or too. It was like letting the horse lead and yet trying to be confident at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What an interesting leadership lesson. That is so, that's so
Different.
beautiful. What's that?
A little bit different probably than normally, right?
Yeah, but it's so beautiful because animals don't have the same, judgments or overthinking that people do. And
Yeah.
so I think they're the perfect example for us to lead and guide ourselves by.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole concept of leadership, and you're taking me into a whole different world here, which is so rich. But what leadership in general, what would you say leadership is?
Well, I think leadership is exactly what the word says. It's leading a ship, and I like to think of it that it's like a journey, and the end product is productivity and reaching the goals, and then also team spirit and fun, in also including challenge and value, but also safety, which I think is the most important thing with supportive relationship. And I think the basic is to create like a family. So to make it short, I would say it's a family on a mission.
Oh, I love that. Your answers are so delightful, Sarah. So you're saying, you're getting somewhere, you're accomplishing a goal. It's the
Yeah.
teamwork, it's the family spirit, accomplishing something together. So it's like the spirit of togetherness and teamwork, family. I love that. Let me see so another question that I had for you. I just have to look at my notes here.
Yeah.
What would you say are three main characteristics of an extraordinary leader?
I think that a good leader needs to have the coaching skills, which means active listening, and also seeing the potential in the workers, be able to motivate them, but also creating a safe space to build trust and show compassion to them. So these are all the coaching skills. But I think also an extraordinary leader needs to be confident and be able to make quick, tough, and effective decisions. Um, but also to be aware of his actions and reactions, and yeah, to lead himself or herself first.
I really like that, Sarah, and I think the horses have taught you well.
I will tell them.
No, it's so true. What you were saying is just so deep and true, because a leader is not a boss. A leader doesn't just manage people. In fact, there's a quote, I'm not sure who said this, but leaders manage things, and what is it? Leaders manage things and grow people, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So the other side of the coin, what would you say are some characteristics that actually repel people? So a leadership has qualities that people just don't want to follow that person.
Yeah, I think it's really depending on what kind of people we have and what kind of a leader we have. And if we have a good leader and nobody is falling, or let's say there are people not falling, I think it's because somebody wants to sabotage them to come to this power place. It's ego based, I would say. And or maybe if they are not sharing the values, the culture of the company, or if they have some inner fears. But if you, like you said, if the leader is a boss, and I think we all saw this picture where the boss is whipping the workers and the leader is pulling the stone the first in the row. So I think if we have a boss leader, that then the main thing that they are not following is communication and relationships, how they feel, that they feel humiliated, not respected, not valued, or because of burnout, because they push them to achieve way too much that they actually could. um, and I think maybe another reason is that they have this attitude of knowing it all, but not also showing the results.
Great answers, Sarah. I totally agree with you that the qualities that really repel people, because we're all human beings, we're not just like objects or machines out to accomplish a task and get a job done. We feel people's energy. We feel who has our best interest at heart, or the mission at heart, or both, and who is just about themselves, who is out for the money, is it ego based.
Mm,
Nobody wants to follow somebody when they feel like they're being pushed.
yeah.
Yeah. What are some, do you have a favorite leader or leaders? And if so, what are some of their qualities?
Like my favorite ever leader is Jay Shetty. I think he's like the modern Jesus, and whatever he says it in a way that you cannot have a doubt, you cannot turn it so that it's not understood right. Like he has this really good communication skills, but also his energy. He's never blaming, he's always looking for solutions and always getting yourself to focus on you. So I think he's like really the modern Jesus. uh, and I had the chance to meet him, and I must say that he is a man of his word, because I was in his genius group, and he said that we geniuses are a part of his family. So whenever we see him, we need to come and say, "Hey, I'm genius." I'm not sure if I should tell that live now, but well, it's he came to Slovenia, and it was a miracle that I could attend, because normally I should be gone already, but then I had an operation and I had to delay my going to America. So it was a miracle that I was there. And then I went and I wanted to meet him, and his agent said, "No, no, there's no more visiting because he has an appointment." I was like, "No." He said, "If you are a genius, that he will take time for us." And he looked at me, "But he has genius life in 20 minutes." And I was like, "Yes, and if he says, 'I'm sorry because I'm 5 minutes late,' I'm sure that every genius will understand, because he is here to meet geniuses." And and then and he was like, "Ah, really?" And then he went to Jay and he told him, and Jay came like, "Hi." I was like, "Oh," in seven heavens. So his energy is super nice, and like he's really amazing. I cannot imagine him losing it at any point.
Oh my gosh, what a nice experience. What a great experience.
Yeah.
And he was standing up to his word, wasn't he?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, standing in his word. So he's the guy who Brendan Burchard interviewed him on uh, Influencer Summit 2020. And he's the guy who had like millions of YouTube followers, I think, because he does those little videos, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah, he started that way. He started making a lot of free content, and he said that his mission is that if people are already using social media, why not to gain some valued information? So I think he was actually, or I was like, I found him the first that started this, yeah, going viral with the knowledge. And he has a lot of free stuff, but then he also has this genius group where, and he now also has his coaching school. So, and he now also interviews like celebrities and what their challenges was. So he's all over the place, I would say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I can see why you really like to follow Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
Sarah, what would you say are some of your best leadership qualities?
um well, I think right now I am a one band, no, how do you say, one man band.
One man band, yes. One, in this case, one woman band.
Yeah. And but I would say that my qualities are for sure my coaching skills, and which I already said before: active listening, compassion, um making trust in safe environment, um and motivate people. But I also think that a skill that I'm really good is creativity. And I do what I do with passion, and I have already a lot of experiences, and I think that's also what makes me a good leader.
You know, as you were saying that, I was thinking there is so much about you that speaks of leadership. And I think the way you're talking about leadership here today and your enthusiasm shows up as some of your qualities as a leader, because you exuberant. Anyway, you radiate this energy, and I love how your knowledge and of leadership and your take on leadership is solid. You brought up so many amazing points about leading from the ego, leading from the heart, working together on a vision, and the essence of horses leading and knowing who's a leader. and all those fine things that are necessary for leadership, I think. So I think that any person who are coached by you, they're in for a real treat. When I think of the mother-daughter relationship, it all makes sense now, just, because you seem to see into the essence of relationships,
Thank you.
the dynamics.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Where can people find you online?
Well, with my complicated name, they can find me on Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. But I also have my web page, which is again with my name connected. So I think the best thing is that we just put a link below, and people can find me then.
Absolutely. We will have all your links above the video here. And your name is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it Škorjanc?
Yes, Škorjanc.
Ah, Škorjanc. Awesome to be here with you, Sara, and I look forward to getting to know you more and more. And I'm sure when people contact you, they are in for a blessing with your coaching. So thank you for showing up in every sense of the word today.
Thank
And
you. And
what's
I
that?
hope, thank you for having me. And I hope you will come to Slovenia one day and I can show you what coaching with horses is.
Oh, that is so compelling. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. That would be a treat.
You will love the country because Slovenia is really beautiful. Like we have everything. We are like small New Zealand. So you will love it.
Oh, I'm already feeling that I would. Awesome. For you watching, you might not be here live, but if you're watching the replay, get in touch with Sara. As you can tell, it'll be sheer delight if you do.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sara.
Thank you. Was really a pleasure.
Thank you.